Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT7 and welcome to the episode. Hopefully you guys are doing great today for this Monday, as I have a new request build using the Toyota SFR racing concept at Le Mans. I would say it was quite an interesting request. One thing I do know about this car, it does have that big old giant nose grille front of the car, so I figured this car was going to be pretty interesting. And to be truthful, I thought this car was already a Group 4, but apparently it's not. It's more of a street car. So I'm going to show you guys my quick build method using this car and go against head-to-head against the Group 4s at Le Mans. So hopefully this build itself will be fun to use, and it will help you out at Le Mans. If not, then hopefully you can still use this car for all kinds of custom racing events. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the episode. Now, in order to find the car, you're going to find Toyota. Here it is right here, the SFR Racing Concept from 2016. It's going to cost you 200,000 credits. So just make sure you get yourself a plenty amounts of credits for the car. As you can see, it's right below that 600 point cut line, but we'll be able to put some upgrades to make this car better and faster for it to be eligible for Le Mans 700. So after you grab the car, let's go ahead and check on the build. And if you guys are curious, I did put a livery on, but I basically kept the parts as is, as you saw on the screen. Racing hard tires is my main tire compound I'm going to be using for this race. If you want to go ahead and just pause the episode and just copy the suspension and the customized differential, which I really recommend doing so, there it is right there. Other than that, I got 100 on the ECU, racing transmission with that particular kilometers number on the transmission, which is basically not customized, but what you see on screen is what you get for the transmission. And then for the other part of the list, we got all the rest of the upgrades you can get your hands on at the tuning shop. So you basically can get every part you can at the tuning shop and you'll just be fine. So really good build overall. We actually did manage to go below the 700 point cut line with those racing hard tires, but to be truthful, I'm not going to be too scared about it. As we get over this race, one thing I would like to recommend you guys doing is two things. If you are a manual transmission driver like I am personally, I would suggest to change your gears halfway when the tracker is halfway filled up, or about 3/4 filled up. Go ahead and change your gears. That way it will help you save your tires, and it's going to also help you try to stretch your fuel. And that way, whenever you do make your pit stop, you won't really have any risk of running out of fuel before you actually do make your designated pit stop. Now, the car itself, it does feel very comfortable to drive on the controller. Might be a little bit on the oversteer side, but despite that, the car should be stable. As you can see, the speed is very good. Matter of fact, it's going to be the best car when it comes to straight line speed. So if you do find yourself a little bit behind, you really shouldn't have to worry about catching up with the speed. I mean, your car is going to hit easily in the 190s without any effort, really. Now, the bad part about this car is got to be the fuel mileage. We are going all the way full bore at this car, and you're averaging about 2 laps for the fuel. So if you want to go ahead and adjust that fuel setting, that way you can go further, it's up to you. But for me personally, I just decided just to go full bore and just have at it to see what we can do with the speed and what we have with the car itself. So as you can see, we just managed to get close to top 5. Now, we actually were able to get the lead pretty quickly in the race. It was beginning lap 2. I was able to take the lead away. Got ourselves a pretty good lead over the rest of the field. Now we're going to come to pit road. In this next stint, as you saw, no sign of rain, which is great for us. So all I'll be doing here is actually coming in, refilling the car with fuel, and that's basically it. Now we actually are going to have a couple of takers come pit road, but as you can see, the Viper is going to stay out one more extra lap. So you're going to be within a different strategy compared to some of the other rest of the field, but you should be right aligned with the Corvette. That's probably a good example because the Corvette does every 2 laps for fuel and stuff. But the car felt pretty smooth, even with a little bit of tire wear. Not really too concerned about the car. It just felt really smooth and very good. So as we come out pit road, we're going to follow right outside the top 10. and we're going to be right behind the Huracan. It's going to be very close as it gets right in front of us. Now, the one thing that actually did trigger us in this upcoming corners is that we went ahead and got ourselves a double overtake on both the Huracan and the Genesis. So we're slowly but surely making our methodical way back up front. As we get ready for this corner, we're going to get a lovely tap from the G70, and yeah, it kind of says up back a little bit, but at the same time it's like, really, was that really necessary? But thankfully for us, the G70 actually did messed up a good bit, and we actually got redemption from its mistake. Now lap 4 into lap 5, we actually had quite a huge rain shower to occur. So for us, we actually had to drive very carefully, like the AI, into rain. We're going to go ahead and be the first ones with intermediate tire compounds, which is very, very good. Now when the rains did showed up, you can't really go wrong with either inters or wets, but I would choose inters. That way, whenever the track does transition over to intermediate condition, you will need to make an extra pit stop. You'll just have that tire right there on your car. All I gotta do is just survive the extra damp track, and then once it actually does move into intermediate condition, you'll be ahead of everybody else, because the AI tend to choose the wet compound, and then a lap 2 later they'll come pit road, get themselves the inters, and do that method rather than just sticking on inters and just having to survive the extra wet conditions. But despite that, the car still was driving very smoothly, and since we got ourselves a pretty big lead and got ourselves the advantage of having inters first, we're going to extend that lead. And as we go through this main sector, it will be till like lap 6 till we actually do have the sun back out. Nice blue skies with a couple of clouds here and there as we get to the very late stages of the race for our final last pit stop for the race. And it'll be simply going back to the hard compounds and just get ourselves enough fuel to last us a lap. Now, one thing I did notice when I did this race is that I did sometimes would notice the AI tend to refill their fuel all but 100%. I think in the past, I could be wrong, but apparently the AI have actually gotten smarter, and they actually will fill the car up with fuel up to the point they are satisfied. So now the AI are more like us now, where we actually do refill just enough for a lap instead of the AI filling their fuel up all the way 100% max. So, but for us, we're going to refill. We're going to safely put ourselves at 1.4 or 1.5 for fuel. That way it gives us a little bit of a buffer, and that's literally going to be it for our strategy at Le Mans. So, very smooth drive overall with the car. Really pleasant to drive too, for it to be a street car, which actually surprised me. Like I said, I thought this was the Group 4 already. But got ourselves that big old win. Very easy, simple 1 minute margin between ourselves and P2. Very, very smooth build overall. Might be a little bit annoying trying to do several pit stops because of fuel, but other than that, very smooth. Very much well recommended. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Here's a quick preview of the next episode. It's another quest build using the Mazda 778B at Tokyo Expressway. So hopefully you guys will be able to see this in the next episode. If you guys enjoyed the episode, why not go ahead and leave a like. If you want to check out my content later down the road, why not go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If there's a build you want to see, then go ahead and write in the comments below, which would be highly appreciated. And with that being said, hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day or night, and I'll see you guys later, and take care.